USC, possibly without their key offensive player this year, might sound like a bleak season. But not so fast. Pump the brakes, pump the brakes. Coach Gottlieb has pulled in some impressive players from the transfer portal and several top 100 recruits. They were truly on the rise last year, and many fans were sitting on the edge of their seats to see how far they would make it in the postseason. Hopes were high, and for good reason. They had taken down some impressive opponents in the regular season. Number 20th ranked Ole Miss, number 4 ranked UConn, number 23 ranked Michigan, number 8 ranked Maryland, number 8 ranked Ohio State, and number 1 ranked UCLA, only losing 3 regular season games. As I mentioned, the superstar went down during the postseason, so we will never know how far they would have made it. Before introducing the team, let me first welcome you back to Davis Sports Report. We truly appreciate you all coming by to watch. We put a poll out asking who our family here would like to see, and the winner was USC. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe to help us reach our goal of 10,000. We are getting so close, and we thank you guys so much for the month of August. It was wonderful for us. Now let's get to the team, and we will start with the guards. First up is Juju Watkins. She's a junior and she is 6'2". She averaged 23.9 points per game, 6.8 rebounds per game, 3.4 assists per game at a 42.6 field goal percentage. She was the top scorer and assist for the Trojans. Let's be honest, Juju is USC women's basketball. So I moseyed on over to ChatGPT and asked if it's likely that Watkins will return for the 25-26 season, and here's what it had to say. There was an ACL tear in her right knee, this happening in March 2025. Expected recovery for such an injury is 8 to 12 months. Let's go with the low end of the recovery time, just for giggles. That would put Juju back on the court November of Coach Gottlieb has emphasized patience, and according to Hoops HQ, she has intentionally avoided rushing a return timetable, focusing instead on Watkins' health and long-term well-being. We feel confident that Watkins and coach will do what's right for Juju. Luckily, she's only a junior, so if she doesn't come back this year, she still has 2 eligible years remaining. Get well soon, Juju, and we look forward to your return. Next up is London Jones. She is a senior and she is 5'4". She transferred from UCLA. She averaged 8.5 points per game, 1.1 rebound per game, 1.8 assists per game at a 34.7 field goal percentage. Jones holds UCLA's single-season record with 87 three-pointers as a sophomore and added 72 more in her junior year, which is going to be very valuable to the Trojans. Sports Illustrated points out that in the Big Ten tournament final against USC, Jones scored 13 points, knocking down crucial threes, and played lockdown defense in a comeback win. In a matchup against Oregon, she delivered 21 points, showcasing savvy decision-making and defensive awareness by converting steals into fast break points. Coach Gottlieb saw the value in Jones even as she played for their in-state rival and is thrilled to have her as part of the Trojan backcourt. Next is Ryan Forrester. She is a sophomore and she is 5'11". She averaged 1.3 points per game, 0.6 rebounds per game, 0.3 assists per game at a 40% field goal percentage. Forrester only averaged 3.3 minutes in her freshman season, and unfortunately, that's sometimes how it goes when you come in behind veterans, and every game seemed to be an opportunity to make a statement for the Trojans. But Forrester was an outstanding high school player. She averaged 25.8 points, 13.9 rebounds, 4.8 steals, and 2.7 blocks her senior year. She racked up a total of 2,501 career points in high school and scored a school record 1,311 rebounds with 539 assists. She led the nation's 6A level with 31 double-doubles in her senior year. Then we have Jazzy Davidson. She is a freshman and she is 6'1". She was the #1 recruit of the 2025 class. Davidson attended Clackamas High School in Clackamas, Oregon, where she averaged 29.3 points per game. That's nearly 30 points a game. She had 8.7 rebounds per game, 3.3 steals, 2.6 assists, and 1.9 blocked shots. She was named the Oregon Gatorade Player of the Year 4 years in a row. Every single year of her high school career. Jazzy put Oregon's girls basketball on notice when she was just a freshman. She's not sharing the spotlight with anyone. She finished her high school career as the all-time leading scorer in Oregon's Class 6A history with 2,726 points. Jazzy has played with Team USA in the 2024 U18, where she averaged 11.3 points per game, and the 2025 FIBA U19, where she averaged 14.6 points, 4.1 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 3 steals, and 1.4 block shots per game. She was going off. And of course, Team USA brought home the gold. ESPN states Davidson is the most complete perimeter player in the 2025 class. Her offensive skills gets the headlines. She is a long and smooth player who can knock down the threes as well as slash to the rim. She is also an elite defender who will only get better in college, and she moves well without the ball. Davidson appeared in the McDonald's All-American, where she put up 12 points and pulled down 6 rebounds. She also played in the Nike Hoop Summit, and the headlines read, Jazzy Davidson took nothing for granted at the Nike Hoop Summit. She scored 17 points for the game and had 6 rebounds, ultimately being named the MVP of the game. And that was around the time that she jumped to number 1 in the 2025 recruiting class. She is truly a sharpshooter that doesn't need time to set up. She will pop up a 3 at the drop of a dime, and she has the defense. She's the real deal, and USC is in great hands with her on the floor. Next is Malia Samuels. She's a junior and she is 5'6". She averaged 2.3 points per game, 1.2 rebounds per game, 1.3 assists per game, and a 36.8 field goal percentage. Samuels got increased minutes last year, playing in 35 games and averaged 12.5 minutes. She is known for her tireless defense, court vision, and 1-versus-1 breakdown ability. She is described as an athletic floor leader with poised backcourt game. She was named the 21-22 3A Washington State Player of the Year as a junior. Her free throw percentage in the 2024 season was described as flawless, 100%. We know who we want to get the inbound to in the event that they are going to foul.
Hi, I'm Kennedy Smith. I'm an incoming sophomore and I'm a guard. It feels good to be back. As you guys know, I was in USA and Chile for the first half of the summer sessions, but it feels good to get back acclimated with the team. A lot of new faces, a lot of new opportunities. I'm super excited just to, fill out this new season.
Next up is Kennedy Smith. She is a sophomore and she is 6'1". She averaged 9.5 points per game, 4.3 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game, and a 41.2 field goal percentage. She was 3rd in scoring for the Trojans. But it's the defense. Her USC coach, Lindsay Gottlieb, has said she's never seen a more impactful defensive player as a freshman. She was named the 23-24 California Max Prep High School Girls Basketball Player of the Year. She was the Gatorade California State Player of the Year, and she participated with Team USA in the 2024 FIBA U18, averaging 9.5 points per game, and the 2025 FIBA Women's AmeriCup, averaging 4.1 points per game. Smith was a starter in the 2024 season as a freshman, averaging 29.1 minutes per game, which is 3/4 of the game, meaning she was clearly doing the job right. Next is Brooklyn Shamblin. She is a sophomore and she is 5'9". She averaged 0.4 points per game, 0.3 rebounds per game, and 0.4 assists per game at a 27.3 field goal percentage. She is described as a combo player and she was ranked 60th in the 2024 class. Shamblin's high school career also featured a 2023 invitation to the Mamba Foundation, and she is a 2-time Kyrie Irving Team Hella member. I think she has a lot more to offer, and with Watkins out, I expect we will see her get more minutes on the court this year. Then we have Kara Dunn. She is a senior and she is 5'11", and she transferred from Georgia Tech, where she averaged 15.5 points per game, 5.8 rebounds per game, 1.2 assists per game at a 49.3 field goal percentage. She was the top scorer for the Yellow Jackets last year, 2nd in steals with 1.3 per game. I thoroughly enjoyed watching the Yellow Jackets run undefeated well into the season last year, and Kara Dunn was a part of the electric guard combo of Kara, Tony, and Danny that got him there. Dunn was also second in rebounding for the Yellow Jackets. She is well past the 1,000 career points, and she's shown steady growth in her field goal percentage and nearly doubled her steals from the previous season. I'm a fan. I really am. And I think USC got them a steal with this one. That's it for the guards. Now we're going to move on to the forwards. But before we do so, do us a huge favor and hit that like button to help us get in the algorithm. We really want others to find our channel. Thank you guys so much. Now, moving on to the forwards. Up first for the forwards is Vivian Awachukwu. She is a sophomore and she is 6'3". She averaged 2.4 points per game, 1.6 rebounds per game, 0.2 assists per game at a 44.4 field goal percentage. I've watched Vivian's practice videos and she's really been putting in the work. She looks great handling the ball and working on some aggressive offensive moves. She was ranked in the top 50 coming in on her freshman season. Last year, two of the greats, Kiki Ariafin and Rhea Marshall, held down the front court, so Vivian didn't average much time on the hardwood. But with both of those players moving on to the next level, it opens up the possibility for more minutes for Vivian. Do you think she will get the opportunity to step into Kiki's shoes? Then we have Laura Williams. She is a redshirt freshman and she is 6'1". She got hurt with a leg injury just before the season started last year. U.S. Athletics post Coach Gottlieb stating, "From the moment she stepped on campus this summer, Laura has impressed us with her work ethic, competitiveness, and winning spirit. We will miss her, but are confident that she'll attack her rehab with those same traits, remaining a huge part of our group this year and be full strength in the 25-26 season." Laura Williams brings much more than just talent to USC. She offers infectious energy, grit, and relentless approach both on and off the court. Even during her recovery, she remained a valuable teammate and a cornerstone of the USC basketball culture. End quote. Next, we have Yakia Milton. She is a junior and she is 6'5". She transferred from Auburn, where she averaged 1.9 points per game, 2.3 rebounds per game, and 0.2 assists per game at a 38.7 field goal percentage. She averaged just over 11 minutes on the floor. The Auburn women's basketball team fled after the firing of Coach Johnny Harris, and Milton found her way to USC. Back at Auburn, her coach highlighted her as both a dominant shot blocker and a flexible offensive player, stating, "Yakia is dominant on the defensive end of the floor with the ability to block shots, guard both inside and outside, and help side defense. Not to mention, she takes charges. She is multidimensional on the offensive side of the ball, scoring in the point, pulling up jumpers, and shooting the three. She runs the floor and finishes well in transition. She could very well be the sleeper of the class." End quote. Being the tallest player for the Trojans, I'm hoping that she will be able to go head to head with some of the other bigs that they will be coming up against. Then we have Gerda Ralasatita. She is 6'3", and I am sure I pronounced her last name wrong, so we're going to go with Gerda. She was named the 24-25 MVP of the Lithuanian Women's Basketball League. The 2024 FIBA U20 Eurobasket, she averaged 12.1 points per game and 6.1 rebounds per game, leading Lithuania to victory. I watched a couple of the Lithuania games, but because they're on the FIBA site, I couldn't get the highlights for you guys. But I will say she is a solid player. She can shoot the three, she slashes to get available, and she's an aggressive defensive player. She holds her ground and doesn't let anyone push her around. I think she will get minutes off the rip. Then we have Diana Mendez. She is a sophomore and she is 6'3". She transferred from Washington State. She averaged 8.3 points per game, 5.3 rebounds per game, 1.3 assists per game at a 41.3 field goal percentage. She was second in rebounding for the Cougars. I watched her highlights. I'm impressed with Mendez. She has a smooth jump shot. She's great at rebounding and gets the putbacks. She sets picks and she also has a great mid-range, as well as a nice quick spin move. She can shoot the three ball, but she could use some work there. She was 9 of 40 from the arch, but at least she tries. I've seen most of the 6'3" forward centers never try from the three, so putting in 9 last season as a freshman, I won't complain. Getting some hands-on training from the USC training staff will only make her better. And that is it for the roster. I told you guys, the USC recruiting staff did a great job. Now let's look at the guards all together and count up those McDonald's All-Americans, since that's what we do. There are 8 guards, including Juju. Now that's a lot of guards. Minus Juju, the height ranges from 5'4" to 6'1", and there are 3 McDonald's All-Americans. On to the forwards. There are 5 forwards, none of them being McDonald's All-Americans. Of course, 2 of them being international players, Mendez from France and Gerda from Lithuania. Now let's talk about the starters, as there will be openings at the starting positions, with Kiki moving on and doing it big in the W. Also, Rhea Marshall and Talia Van Alhoffen running out of eligibility. And of course, Juju Watkins recovering for some, if not all of the season. We are crossing fingers that she will be back. That leaves the lone starter, Kennedy Smith. So let's see what they will build around her. Last year was 3 guards and 2 in the front court. Let's start with the backcourt. Jazzy Davidson feels like a sure thing to join Kennedy Smith. Both still very young though. So my thought is that Coach Gottlieb will add a veteran to the backcourt. That would be either London Jones or Kara Dunn. While I like London Jones a lot, I'm leaning more towards Kara Dunn. She just brings more to the table. I mean, what do you guys think? And that rounds out the backcourt. Now let's take a look at the front court, which is wide open. Now there's several players that can fill those gaps, and I'm leaning towards Diana Mendez. She's fearless on the court, and like I said, I only see her getting better as she continues to develop. The last spot is a little tricky for me. Remaining are Vivian Iwachukwu, Laura Williams, Yakia Milton, and Gerda Valastita. Vivian and Laura are familiar with the USC playbook, and Yakia and Gerda are coming in new. I'm not sure if there's a language barrier for Gerda, but that could also be a hindrance. I'm really lost on this one. You guys help me out. I know you know your players, so let me know who's going to fill those spots. Drop your comments below. Also, hit that like button if you didn't already, and subscribe to stay up to date about the upcoming women's basketball season. With that, I'm going to close this one out, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.